Lots of people travel on Route 29 and drive by this barn every day. It sits within tobacco fields, in a farm that has grown tobacco for many generations. This barn is what we think, and a lot of people in the region think, is the most visible tobacco barn in the region. So it's sort of iconic in that way. It's in a farm that has grown tobacco for many generations. And this particular barn itself is unique because it serves two different purposes. It has a curing barn section, and it also has a pack house or pack barn section. So there's several different reasons why we felt that this was a barn that was representative of the region. It also is in a very scenic location. As you drive over Route 29 going north, on a clear day, you can see the Blue Ridge Mountains in the background.
The first thing we did on the barn was start by repairing the roof. The old tin had blown back and was allowing for rain to get in and damage all of the wood. So we replaced tin that was missing and got the roof where it didn't let water in anymore. And then we started with log repair, removing all of the logs that were too rotten to be in there. We went to another location where some barns had collapsed and gotten logs that would work for replacement logs. We put those in and got the barn jacked up and got the replacement logs in place, notched and fitted. Then we jumped over to the pack house where we did some foundation repairs, digging down, pouring footers, and rebuilding the stone foundation that had been undermined by groundhogs, which was a big problem because it was allowing rainwater to flood into the basement. So we rebuilt the foundation and did some grading by adding dirt around it with a slope falling away from the barn to shed the rainwater away from the barn to keep it from seeping into the bordering pit. We also had to jack up the roof of the barn. It had a bad swag in the middle, so we raised that up and added a king post, a post that went vertical to support the peak of the roof that was bolted to the tier poles that go horizontally inside of the barn, which will help hold the peak of the roof up, keep it from sagging like it had before. We also replaced a lot of siding on the barn that was damaged from moisture and termite or powder post beetle, and we built 2 new doors for the barn. One door had been covered in tin and was no longer in use, which was the original front door. We reopened it to put it back to the original form and built a door for it, and the second door was on the pack house. And we've also replaced some trim and corner boards on the barn.
So the project itself has several different parts to it, 3 different parts to it. One is the repair of the barn itself. We decided not to do a full restoration of the barn, but a stabilization and repair project so that the barn would still be standing 50 to 100 years from now. Another part of the project was to make a film, a how-to type film of the repair work, so that anyone in the public who owns a tobacco barn would be able to obtain this film and hopefully use it to repair their own barns. And the third part of the project is we would like to have a Virginia highway historical marker placed near the barn that interprets the tobacco barn and the significance of tobacco barns in this region.
The main focus of this project was to keep the water out off of the original wood inside to preserve it, and also to have a sturdy foundation under it. My father always said an old building was like an old farmer who needed a good hat and a good set of boots. And the barn is the same way. It needs a good roof and a good foundation to last many years out in the field.
In the art of virtue, jaw right on the learning curve. Gonna keep my eyes wide open till I have something to say. Start to put my house in order, save my money for a rainy day. What I ought to, finish what I say I'll do. Spend my time on something useful, worry less and speak the truth. Like to learn some moderation, know just when enough's enough. Meditate on being tranquil, injure none and abandon no grudge. I know God is inside me, waiting for the real thing, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with chastity. If I could walk the path of Jesus, live each day the best I can, following the
You can't make a mess, that's for sure. Where that little broom? Yeah, what do y'all take this and brush over? Brush on the bottom part of the log like this, right?
It was reattaching the sheet boards back to the rafters and folding the tin back then when it blowed up.
Top of the rafters, about a half of this, the metal on this north side of the roof blown off, another section.
Standing behind me is one of the tobacco barns that was moved from inside of Pennsylvania County by the historical